everybody, today I would like to make a video in recommending you guys 10 books of Brazilian literature you should read. I think it's the 10th time I try to do this video, so yes, I'm tired and I hope you can listen to me well. So, first of all, I'm gonna recommend you the short stories of Murilo Rubião. He was from Minas Gerais and he only wrote short stories. I didn't know of the existence of this man until last year when I was in a bookstore which sold only used books, and I thought he was actually from the Portuguese literature. So look, a new discovery, and it's just amazing. He likes mixing the fantastic in his stories, and it's quite funny and also heart-touching. I really loved his way of writing. It's such a pity that he didn't write so much during his lifetime. So sorry for my English, it's so rusty. Second book, Captains of the Sand by Jorge Amado. This man, he was from Bahia, and this book is basically about like 100 boys who lives in the streets. They don't have, they are orphans, and they do everything they can to survive. His writing is so convincing, you know, and I mean, you'd stay heartbroken. You just get heartbroken and happy, and I don't know, it's beautiful book, guys. You really should read it. And his book, at the time it was published, it was even forbidden. Yeah, so you should definitely read it, okay? The second book, it is by a woman called Clarice Lispector. I think you probably heard her name once, but yeah. So which book should you read? I'm gonna recommend the ones that I liked more, which are The Hour of the Star. Okay, this book is the first book of Clarice criticizing the reality of people in Brazil, you know. So she got inspired to write this book when she went to a free market in Brazil, I think it was in São Paulo, and she went to a free market, and there were only northeastern people, you know, and she felt like how hard their life was, you know. She felt how it was to just leave the northeast and go to a bigger city to try a new life, and that was something that happened a lot in here in the northeast. People would go to São Paulo, you know, to just try a new life and to have a better life, to be honest with you. Nowadays things are different. And the second book, it is Next to the Wild Horde, also by Clarice Lispector. And guys, I don't remember much, I cannot tell you details, but it's basically a girl, Joanna, and the style of this book is a stream of consciousness. So I'm not sure if all the books of Clarice Lispector are like that, but you should definitely read it, okay? And you're gonna be very surprised. You're not gonna regret, really. Next book, Child of the Dark by Maria Carolina de Jesus. This book is kind of diary of a woman that she wrote about her reality. You know, she lived in a slum called Canindé. It was in São Paulo. This slum doesn't exist anymore. And she basically wrote how her life was. Every day she used to write, today we didn't have food, and something like this. It's so interesting, guys. And what makes me happy to know it is that at the time the book was published, and that actually changed her life a lot. So you should definitely check it out. It's very interesting. And next book, okay, I have to check out the next book. Definitely check out, it is The Girl in the Photograph. I read this book for the first time this year, and I really like the book. She has a different style. You know, I don't know how to explain her style, guys, to you guys, and I don't remember. I cannot tell this story, you know, but it's basically three women, and they are intertwined with their friends. Sorry for my English, really. They are friends, and it's the reality of each and one of them. And there's very important historical facts about Brazil in this book, so you should definitely check it out. And also her short stories, really, you go to a library, please, you see the name Lígia Fagundes Telles, just read it, guys, just read it. I'm sure you're not gonna regret it. And the next book I would like to recommend, it is Clarissa. Guys, this book is one of the most beautiful books I've ever read in my life. This man, he's from the south. He was from the south. All of these people are dead, I'm quite sure. And so he was from the south. Érico Veríssimo. Okay, guys. You probably didn't hear this name, I guess. This book is so beautiful. It's about a girl that lives with her uncle and her aunts. And guys, it's so poetic, so beautiful. She's like a 13-year-old girl, and she analyzes her life, and she has discoveries, and it's beautiful. You should definitely read it, please. And the next one, it is going to be Lima Barreto. We as Brazilians owe a big favor to Lima Barreto because he's a great writer. Most of these books are biographical, autobiographical books. And he was a black Brazilian author, you know, at the time, almost 100 years ago. And he never got, guys, to go where he wanted to go. He wanted to make success with his writing. His writing, it is quite different, you know, because it is modern writing. And he didn't agree that everything had to be like perfectly written and a match with this world, you know. And the time he was very criticized, but I love him. Personally, I love his writing, and it's very touching. And you should definitely read The Falling of Policarpo Quaresma. I only know in Portuguese. The Fall of Policarpo Quaresma. This man is basically very patriotic, and he is in love with his own land, and he says, why should we go to another country if we have our beautiful country here? And that's the idea, you know. And yeah, you just have to read it. You just have to read it to find out. It's going to be very surprising for you guys, and you're gonna sense Brazil a lot. It was almost 100 years ago, this book, but you can sense Brazil a lot until nowadays in this book. So you should definitely check it out. Next one, it is a big author by our literature, Machado de Assis. He was a very smart man, actually, you know, guys. He learned everything by himself. He learned languages, and yeah, he didn't go to a school for knowledge. So his writing is very impressive, I guess. And I'm gonna talk about you should if you take any book by him, wrote by him, you're probably gonna like it. But I really would like to recommend you guys these two books. Dom Casmurro, yeah, that's it, in any language, Dom Casmurro. And that's a beautiful book. It's so interesting, and there's something that if you read it, I want you to come back here and tell me what did you think about it, okay? So, Dom Casmurro, it's the story, a guy, and his mom promised, oh my god, his mom promised that he was gonna be a priest, you know, and I don't really remember why she made this promise. And he is friends with a girl called Capitu. So he's going to grow, he's gonna have a friend, and a lot of things are going to happen. And there's something, guys, in this book that is a big doubt to every person that read this book, you know. The person is always in doubt if something happens or didn't happen. Should I really tell you this? I don't know, but you should really pay attention to that. And if you do read this book, I want you to come here and just tell me if you think it happened or it didn't happen, okay? Please. Second book, it is The Posthumous Memories of Brás Cubas. Oh my god. The last book, I guess, if I'm not wrong, it is The Posthumous Memoirs of Brás Cubas. It's basically the narrative of a man. He's already dead, and he's gonna tell about his life before his death, you know. Guys, this book is just simply amazing, okay? You should definitely read it. There's a lot of social critics to the Brazil at the time, the Brazil, oh my god, what's happening with my English? There's a lot of critics to the society, you know, and everything else. And you should definitely check it out. There is translation to English and some other languages, I guess. So check it out. Please just go to Amazon. You can find all these books in Amazon, I guess. Why am I advertising for free? I don't know. But I know you can find it there. or any other bookstores. You can find it, I guess. Who knows? I really hope you can find it, guys. So, Of course, there are a lot of other books by women poets, but I myself haven't read them, or I just didn't mention it in this video. Maybe I will do another video in the future talking about these books. So please, if you have read any of these books, please tell me, or any other Brazilian authors, please tell me. I want to talk about it. And yeah, I hope you liked my video. Sorry for all my mistakes, and that's it, guys. Bye bye.